The Chicago Bears are at a turning point, and if there's one thing that's crystal clear, it's that they must fix their offensive line. Quarterback Caleb Williams was sacked 68 times last season, more than any other quarterback in the league. That's a recipe for disaster. No matter how talented a quarterback is, he can't function if he's constantly running for his life. Imagine stepping back to throw, and within 2 seconds, there's a defender in your face. It's not sustainable. It kills drives, it kills confidence, and it can even shorten careers. The worst part? It stunts the development of a young quarterback who needs time to read the field, go through his progressions, and build chemistry with his playmakers. This is priority number one for general manager Ryan Poles, and with almost $80 million in cap space, the Bears have the resources to make big moves in free agency. This isn't just a minor issue. It's the difference between this team being competitive or being stuck at the bottom of the NFC North for another season. The Ronnie Stanley factor, a proven protector. One of the biggest names linked to Chicago? Ronnie Stanley. The veteran left tackle has been a rock for the Baltimore Ravens since entering the league in 2016. He played all 17 games in 2024 and even made the Pro Bowl, proving he still has plenty left in the tank. The guy has been through it all. Injuries, playoff battles, high-pressure games. He knows how to handle elite pass rushers, and that's exactly what the Bears need. According to Pro Football Focus, Stanley ranked 16th in pass blocking among all tackles. That's exactly what the Bears need. Someone who can protect Williams and give him time to make plays. A quarterback's best friend isn't a top-tier wide receiver. It's a rock-solid left tackle who keeps them upright. Stanley could be that guy. The Braxton Jones dilemma. But what happens to Braxton Jones? The current Bears left tackle had a solid season when healthy, earning a PFF grade of 77.4, ranking 20th among all tackles. He missed time with an ankle injury, and the Bears need to decide if they can rely on him as their long-term solution. This is where it gets tricky. If Stanley comes in, does Jones move inside to guard? Does he become a swing tackle? Or does he get traded? That's a huge question Poles and the coaching staff must answer. Jones has potential, but if the goal is to protect Williams at all costs, can they afford to just hope Jones stays healthy? And if Jones is moved, would he even be comfortable shifting inside to guard? Not every tackle can make that transition seamlessly. The price tag and cap space strategy. Now, let's talk about money. Signing Stanley won't be cheap. His projected contract is around $40 million for 2 years, with $27 million guaranteed. That's a serious commitment, but Chicago can afford it, and if keeping Williams upright is the main goal, this is the kind of investment that makes sense. It's a simple question. Do you want to spend $40 million on an elite protector, or do you want to risk another season of your franchise quarterback running for his life? The cost of not upgrading the line could be far worse. An injury to Williams would set this franchise back years. The Bears need to think big picture. They're drafting a generational quarterback prospect, and they need to do everything in their power to protect him. The best teams in the NFL build from the trenches out. Chicago can't afford to ignore this anymore. The interior offensive line issue. Of course, left tackle isn't the only problem on this line. The interior offensive line is a mess. 3 key players, Matt Pryor, Coleman Shelton, and Tevin Jenkins, are all free agents. That means the Bears need at least 2, maybe 3 new starters. The center position in particular is a massive question mark. If Chicago can't land a solid center, the offense will struggle before the ball is even snapped. Do they spend big money on a left tackle like Stanley and try to find cheaper options inside? Or do they spread the money around and try to build a solid line across the board? It's a tough call, and Poles will have to be smart about how he uses his cap space. Good centers don't grow on trees, and the Bears have to be prepared to pay a premium for someone who can set protections, make the right calls at the line, and give Williams the best chance to succeed. Ben Johnson's system, why protection is key. Well, let's talk scheme. The Bears have a new offensive coordinator in Ben Johnson, who ran one of the most explosive offenses in Detroit last season. His system thrives when the quarterback has time to operate. That's why this offensive line rebuild is so important. If Williams doesn't get better protection, it won't matter how creative the offense is, it just won't work. Johnson's offense is built on timing, rhythm, and explosive plays, but none of that is possible if the quarterback is constantly under siege. That's why Poles has to make the right moves here. The line is the foundation of the entire offensive system. The Lions gave Jared Goff an elite offensive line, and look at the results. The Bears need to follow that blueprint. Johnson knows what a good offensive line can do for a quarterback's confidence and production. He saw it firsthand in Detroit. Now he has to replicate that success in Chicago. Becca plans other free agent and draft options. But what if the Bears don't land Stanley? There are other options. Veteran tackles like Tyron Smith, Jonah Williams, and Trent Brown could all be available. Smith is older but still elite when healthy. Williams is younger and could be a long-term solution. Brown has experience at both tackle spots. The Bears could also look to the draft, where players like Joe Alt and Olumuyiwa Fashanu are highly rated. But signing a proven veteran like Stanley would allow Chicago to focus on other areas in the draft, like wide receiver, edge rusher, or cornerback. Having flexibility in the draft is huge. If Chicago locks up left tackle in free agency, they could use that 9th overall pick on a game-changing playmaker instead of another lineman. That's how you build a complete team. The Bears have holes all over the roster, but locking down the offensive line early would give them more freedom to address other weaknesses. A stronger O-line means a better run game. And let's not forget, fixing the offensive line doesn't just help the passing game. A stronger line means a better run game, too. Running back Khalil Herbert showed flashes last season, but he needs better blocking to be more consistent. With an improved offensive line, the Bears can have a more balanced attack, taking pressure off Williams and making the offense more dangerous. Imagine a scenario where the Bears have a reliable running game and Williams has time to throw. This offense could take a massive leap forward. Running the ball effectively opens up play action, gives Williams easier reads, and helps the defense stay fresh. The Bears have to control the line of scrimmage if they want to compete with teams like the Lions, Packers, and Vikings. Final verdict: go all in on protecting Caleb Williams. So what's the verdict? If the Bears want to make a splash, signing Ronnie Stanley makes a ton of sense. He's a proven veteran, a great pass protector, and someone who could immediately upgrade this offensive line. But it's not just about one player. The Bears need to fix the entire unit, especially the interior. If Poles can make the right moves, Chicago's offense could take a huge step forward in 2025. The pieces are there. Now it's about execution. Bears fans, what do you think? Should the team go all in on Ronnie Stanley, or should they take a different approach and spread the money around? Let me know in the comments. And as always, bear down.